it is true, because bringing this into your body just makes things. So now you're still in child's pose. Continue with that breath and just think about your hips sinking into your ankles, and walk your hands above your head more and more with every exhale. So you're just creating length. Beautiful. So this is the pose, always about, ladies and gentlemen, to think about if there is a pose you don't want to do, or is just, you don't want to do it today, just go to this pose and you can always revisit it at a later time. Beautiful. Now let's just stay in this, but walk the hands and relax. Beautiful, yes. So you're just thinking about the chest still kind of staying evenly on the floor. And like I said, every exhale kind of walks your hands a little bit further. Let's take a moment to connect with your breath. So as you inhale, we want to think about the breath never stopping. So when you breathe in, it's a continuous thing. So you fill the lungs up, and right away you start to exhale. Walk it back to the center. Perfect. Take a breath there, and then go ahead and walk it to the other side. Beautiful. Deep breaths. I don't feel like I hear breathing. Breathe. Perfect. Very good. Let's do 2 more big breaths here, thinking about pulling the tummy into the spine as you exhale. And maybe thinking as well about just paying attention to your body and what area you really need to just bring the oxygen to, what areas you really need to focus on today. Perfect. Now come back to the center. Beautiful. And we're going to come back up onto all fours. And we're going to let our left hip lower down, okay? So you want to make sure that you're pushing away from the palm. Perfect. So you don't want to feel like this. You want to feel like that. And on every exhale, just gaze over to the right side a little bit more. Perfect. And again, concentrate on tucking that chin in. Perfect posture. Perfect. To the center. So we're going to end up just right here on the floor. Away from the hands like you're trying to scoot away. Inhale. And if you want, you can come all the way up, but again, it's totally up to where you are today. And exhale back to child's pose. So here, from child's pose, we're going to go into our first down dog. And I call it walking the dog, because you're just kind of moving the hips side to side. So to make sure that you guys understand the pressing against the shoulders, let's grab the sides of your mat. So right here. Perfect. And then go ahead and lift up. All right, so you should be pushing away and look in between the thighs. And like I said, walk your dog. So we're just moving side to side. Some people like to, if they need extra stretch in their calves, they kind of go back and forth. So just find. Love it. Maybe inhale one way, exhale the other. Let's take 2 more big breaths. Notice it's already becoming longer. So try to make it even. If you're breathing in, say it to the count of 5. You're always exhaling to the count of 5. All right. Love it. And let's take that right foot now. Inhale it. And exhale, move it through. Bring the other one, and boom, here we are. Yes. And if you need an extra step there, you can absolutely just, put one knee down, then the other. So here we are here. This is one of my favorites actually for you guys. because you are like this all the time. Don't you feel like that? When I came to watch practice before, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're always like that. Toes can point inward, or they're just going to be a little bit straight. But the knee, good. So you're going to kind of pull the stomach in. So you see the difference here. Arms are up, look up, but here's where it changes. So you want to make sure you're really pulling the stomach in. This was a really, really hard pose. I also have like really tight shoulders. So if something that strains your back or anything, just put your hands in front of you. Perfect. So let's inhale, we're going down a little more. Every inhale, arms come up a little bit more. Reach up nice and high. Yes. And you almost want to feel like there's magnets pulling your hands apart. Perfect. One more good breath brings you down as far as you can. Weight in the heels. And exhale, fold forward. Good. So you're going to come back up on your inhale halfway. And finally, we're going to exhale. Take those peace fingers. If you don't have shoes on, grab around the big toes. So it'll look like this. And here's another great one to incorporate your shoulders. You want to inhale. I'm going to come over here. And you want to exhale, elbows like this. So pull. There we go. Good. And this is also a good opportunity to, even though we're bringing the weight forward, I like to say, stay playful with the toes. So we have a tendency to clasp the ground as though we're birds or something. You know, we want to like hold on to it. So really like work on just freeing up those toes a little bit, but bringing the weight to the front of the feet. Every exhale, pulls your chest in closer to the thighs. Yes. Looks so good. Really good. And let's take one more inhale and exhale, pull yourself down as far as you have so far. Good. Always inhale, lengthen back up halfway. Perfect. Exhale one more time, come down, and then here we are, all the way up. Perfect. So let's keep those hands up here just for a second. Good. Raise them up nice and high. And then we're going to bring them behind you, tuck the chin, pull the shoulders back, and then here we're going to just kind of twist a little bit and let the hands come behind the right thigh. Now, this is up to you. If you go back and you want to bring your head back with you, you can, but I kind of encourage you to wait if you do have any kind of back problems or anything, so chin down. Good, nice deep breaths. So think about those shoulders pulling down towards the floor. Lower, lower, lower. One more. Beautiful. Back to the center. Inhale. And we're actually going to exhale now this way. Very important for you to think of this as a heart opener. So the right arm stays over the ear, and we're reaching up. But if you need to and you feel like you need the support, you can lean right here. Just don't bunch this shoulder into the ear. So inhale, reach. Exhale, over. Perfect. Yes. Good. So just try to keep the hands about, I don't know, a foot distance apart or so. Really good. Every exhale brings you over a little bit more. Keep looking up. Ooh. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And inhale, back up to the center. We've got one more forward fold here. So down, inhale, halfway up, or halfway thing. Exhale, fold again. And we are going to do really fancy here. It's called standing on your hands. So just put your hand, feel here, then, and exhale, fold again. So this time I really want you to feel those shoulders opening. So think about the elbows shooting towards the front of the classroom or towards my mat. And on every exhale, really pull at the hip hinge to bring the chest closer between the thighs. Good. Oh, you look cozy. I love your boots. 2 more breaths here. Let's try to make these ones really good. So every inhale is going to create more space from the hips to the top of the head, and every exhale pull you deeper. Perfect. And we'll come halfway up again. We'll fold one more time. Back up to the center. Good. Arms behind you. Pull the shoulders, and then close to the body. Inhale. Bring it down this way. Again, tuck the chin. Or you can bring it back, but honestly, whatever feels good to you. I like to think of yoga as a kind of like my own personal dance on my mat, so you guys won't hurt my feelings if you choose to opt out of anything or you want to take it easy on one of them. One more breath. Perfect. And inhale, back up to the center, and you guessed it, over to the left, look up. If you need the support, that's fine. Just inhale, reach, and exhale, bend. So feel the outer edge of the left foot pushing towards the floor, and on every exhale, just reach over more and more. And one more breath. Good. All the way back up to center, push, and hands again, Samana. Okay, we're going to go into warrior and then some balancing poses. I'm excited to do balancing poses with you ladies because that's what's going to help so much with the foot. You guys said you have ankle pain, right? Is it just from like pushing off the skates? So this will help you so much. So let's step back. I just realized what it is. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's like the queen's mat. All right, so we're at the front of our mat here, fingers together. And we're going to just kind of bounce and step back. So you to see that you're and rotate towards me. Inhale, raise the arms, and then go ahead and bend down. 1. Key here with Warrior 1 is you want to make sure, so everybody take their left hand and just open up their knee a little. Beautiful, so good. And feel your twisting. So, yes. Now, also concentrate on the edge of the back foot. Okay, very good. So good. I'm so impressed right now. Okay, and let's turn that now into Warrior 2. Yes. So make sure that knee stays out. Beautiful. And check in with times we think straight, but the back arm's not exactly doing what we think it should be. So again, just make sure the outer edge of the back foot down. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Yes, little bit deeper. Yeah, I love that. One more. All right, now we're going to do this fancy little windmill here. So we're going to bring the other arm over and down, so we'll end up right here in a plank position. All right, and now either go to the knees, or you can try a full chaturanga, which just lowers down, tops of the feet to the ground, and look up. So if you need to stay on the knees, that's fine, but I would like you ladies to try and make sure that you're pressing off the tops of your feet. So instead of here, you want to be. See the difference there? Yeah, so much better. So this is going to be really, really good for that part of your foot. Big breath, lift up, good, and exhale, down dog. You guys remember that one? This time the only difference is going to be that we're going to make sure our form is perfect. So walk your feet in a little bit. Good. Now, on a proper down dog, what we want to think about is our toes pointing in very slightly. Good. Now, remember when we had the sides of the mat and we were pushing away? I want you to do, but the weight is going to be distributed on the forefinger and the thumb. So it's almost rip your mat in half. And if you need to go to child's pose at any time, like in this, go ahead and do so. Good. A couple more deep breaths here. And just kind of think about the toes coming up towards the shins, driving the heels to the floor more. They don't necessarily have to touch. Okay, and I don't know if everybody did the same side on our last warriors. I noticed a couple people did a different one, but let's take the opposite leg and bring it through. Yes, so you'll end up, boom, warrior one on the other side. Good. Yes. So good. So let's just check in here, make sure, again, out. Good. When we inhale, we're reaching up nice and high. Every exhale brings it down a little more. We've got nice, even weight. The back foot, make sure it's 90 degrees. And turn her into warrior two. Very, very good. So we're just creating as much length between the hands as possible. Maybe every exhale a little bit lower. Maybe it brings you a little bit wider. Whatever feels good to you. One more deep breath. I'm going to challenge you to get as low as you can. And then do your fancy little windmill down. Step it back. So chaturanga, or knees first, whichever you want. Up dog, and back to down. We're going to take 5 breaths in down dog, and then I'm actually going to have you ladies go to your knees just while we kind of practice something. So just do your 5 first. So already pay attention to how much better, even from the first time you did a down dog or we walked our dog, how much better already it feels. And that's because, again, we're warming the body from the inside out, so our organs are benefiting. Good. Okay, so go ahead and come to your knees. I'm just going to show you this really quick. It's a great little exercise, too, if you ladies ever want to do some strengthening here, like in your lower belly. It seems like a hard place for women to engage, you know? So I'm going to show you 2 different things for that. First one is just going to be kind of starting off in down dog here. So we're going to learn to engage it by just coming on the one foot, and we're actually going to, so if you want to be real fancy, you'd end up in a whole like handstand thing, but we don't have to get all crazy like that. Actually, I would if we had walls to like go against, but yeah, okay. So let's practice that, okay? So we're going to do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, but just do one side first because I'm going to do something. But again, just show you one more time. So very important. Hands are here. Walk it just like into your down dog. Inhale and exhale. What I like about this is if you concentrate on going down slow, you have no choice but to use your lower stomach. So that's the key there, is not to just let yourself fall down. So okay? So just make sure you're inhaling first. Yes. All right. And, you got it, yeah. I love that. Perfect. Good job, you guys. Beautiful. On your last one, go ahead and have a seat. Yes. And we're going to do chair pose. So I call this moving the furniture because we need to learn to sit on our sit bones. So moving the furniture just means like kind of scooting your butt cheeks back and finding your sit bones. She really likes that one. She's like, I'm going to keep going. No, you're doing great. You're doing great. That's good. You're having fun. That's all that matters. So what we're going to do here is, again, we're going to move the furniture. Bring the knees up, shoulders down, arms forward. So good. Perfect. So nice deep nose breaths. Now if you want to challenge yourself, you can start to straighten. So it's up to you. Yes. Very good. Point the toes towards you. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cross the legs. Yes, good job. All right, we got the other side now. So let's do the other side with our jumps. You could do 10, 15 if you want. Good, good, good. Woo! On your last one, actually jump it through. So after your last one, because we're just going to come through and stand again. Yes. Awesome, look at that. That was great, huh? Yeah. Woo-hoo. Okay, so let's get some balancing in here. All right, so for our first one, I'm just going to take it simple, but you guys are so great. Don't beat me up. But I didn't think you'd be this good. So on a tree pose, again, so I want you to think about the fact that the center of our body always starts on the inner edge of the foot, comes here, and zips, like, whoop. So when you're trying to balance, make sure that that's where you're starting your balancing at, okay? So let's practice that. We're going to do a tree pose. So, good. Bring your hands to heart center. Good. Pull the shoulders down. Tuck the chin back. You got it. You're so close. Good. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go one more breath. Make sure you're feeling that on the inner edge of the foot, so flatten the foot out. Remember, exhale, pull the stomach in. And inhale, arms up. Keep us up, keep us up. Oh, yes, that's fun. Okay, let's do the other side. All right, other side, so left, whatever feels good for you guys. Here. Perfect. You may even notice, I notice like my right side's easier to balance on, but I've had injuries on the left, so you'll probably notice a difference in the sides, which is fine. You are a beautiful tree. Up. Okay, so since you guys went through that flawlessly, as I thought, how much? 5, 10, 20? We're over? Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, because I could do this forever, but I don't want to keep you guys too long. Okay, so one more thing for this. We're going to do a 3-way. Dirty minds, don't think like that. No. Actually, as I said it, that's the first time I was like, whoa, okay. Yeah. You guys bring out something bad in me. I don't know what's happening here. No. Demonstrate it first. So we start off by bringing the right foot up. You can either hold it here or pull it in. Good. Let me show you first before you guys start to do it, just because that way we can, I like that you're eager though. Then we're going to move it out this way. If you want to get crazy, you can try to straighten it. Totally up to you, right? And then we bring it back. We straighten it. We do the same lift. And it actually burns more than you would think. So now we'll do it together, but I just want you to see it first, okay? So right knee in. Good, good, good. Find that balance. Pull, pull, pull. Yes. Open. Left. Want to check yourself. Try to look to the left. Wait. Right for you guys. I always think it's strange, which for me is like this, thing in life, like wherever we tend to gaze to, our body falls. Kind of like if you look at like negative things, you tend to go that way, So I like to think about that as you're doing it. I feel like you can straighten that leg. Yeah, I knew it. See? Oh, okay. You're close though, you're close. All right, now let's bring it in. Wait. We gotta pull it. Try to straighten. Exhale, you like that sound effect? All right, that was great. Other side, other side. So left goes in. Really open, right. Here's on the straight leg. Boom! She's like, yep, I got that. Yes, look at that. So close, so close. Just remember to bring that balance to the inner edge of that standing foot, and then bring it back, straighten it, lift, and down. All right. Okay. All right, so I'm going to try to speed this up real quick. Let's just lay down. I'll take like 3-4 more minutes of your time. Sorry. Come back to the front. Let's do a vinyasa. So vinyasa just means from a standing position to either a lying, sitting, or back by resetting the spine in a series of things. So inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands down. Step, or you guys can even, if you want to get crazy, jump. Yes. Lower down, chug. Inhale, up dog. Slip dog. Toes in, press back to down dog. Last 5 breaths on down dog. And for those of you that would like to try a full jumping through, you can give it a shot. So it looks like this, because we're going to go all the way to a lying position. So here, exhale, hands back. Okay. Oh, it's okay. It's not going to look like that right away. But, awesome. I saw that. Not that. Floating back was great. Awesome. So, one thing before we lie down, I'm just going to get your hip real quick and a little bit in your shoulder. This pose right here is really important because it is actually the position of the body that uptakes oxygen at its best. So it's so important. So hands here, it looks like not much is going on, but you're going to press away from the hands, kind of. Toes go in. So if you think about the back of the knees pressing to the floor, good. Here, tuck the chin back and take 5 of your deepest breaths. So remember, pull that tummy in, tuck it back. So like I said, it looks like a super easy pose, but there's a lot going on. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Good. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold forward. And then finally, go ahead and let all the way down. Comes into the chest. Right leg comes on top of this left thigh. Both hands come to the floor and just slightly lift the bottom up a little bit. Good. Just make sure again that you're pressing the back of your neck as hard towards the floor as possible. Lower the bottom. Keep the right leg going away from you, but pull in the left thigh. Beautiful. And we're going to take this pretty quick by continuing with that right leg crossing. Now, if you can, grab the toes and just pull them in. Easy peasy, right? So, no matter where you grab, as staying to the floor, you should feel this in your eye. The work is just because that's going to be the injury. That's why you feel a lot in your knee. Good. So last one here is keeping it crossed, but we're now going to take the left arm, bring the right leg to the left, and then pat your head. So just the arm that's straight out, palm down. Yes. Into this. Good. So bring both knees into the chest, lift the head, give yourself a little hug here, some self-love. Rock side to side, lay back down, and we've just got the other side. So we have a straight right leg. Yes. Perfect. Here, down, bridge, up. So when you're in this bridge here, if you'd like to even get your shoulders a little more, again, press the neck to the floor, but grab the hands together and try really walking the shoulders under the body and the hands down away from the neck. Perfect. Lower, left knee stays away from the chest. Bring the right in just for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Allow that left leg to cross over. Grab either the toes or you can grab the calves. Just pull them in, but keep the bottom of the spine to the floor. Still press the back of the neck to the floor. 1 more big breath, really pull. Beautiful. And now finally, we've got our last one here, which is just bringing it over to the other side and looking over. If you all did the same side to the left. Make sure the palm is down. Every exhale towards the floor. One more breath, one more breath. Bring it back to center. All we got left here, ladies, is happy baby. So let's take around the big toes. So here in happy baby, you want to push the knees towards the armpits. And you're really tugging on the toes here. And you're just going to rock side to side, right? Like a happy baby. This is always the most flattering pose, don't you think? Good. Now straighten the legs. And let's just take 3 really, really good, what we call breath, soaking in your practice. So we're nice and flat now, but we're going to inhale through the nose, raise the arms up above the head. So create as much distance from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. And then exhale like out of the mouth, like that. And swipe the arms down. So we're going to do 2 more. Inhale. 1 more time. So sighing is actually the body's way of relaxing. So exhale, swipe. Guys, for taking 2, but oh. So just go ahead and close up. I just want you to take a second to relax all of the muscles. I won't take longer than like a minute or 2 here. But I want you to feel everything relaxed. So we're going to start with the toes, the calves, the quads. Feel your hips really relax. So it's almost like somebody puts a little bit of pressure on each hip, and you finally just kind of feel like your bottom not clenching. Feel that same pressure on the shoulders, so just feel everything, feel weightless for a second. Find yourself feeling safe, comfortable, and just real quick, I want you to think of yourself on a road. Sometimes the road is bumpy, sometimes it's downhill, sometimes you feel you're trekking up a damn mountain. But I just want you for a moment to remember that wherever you are on that road, it is always, always temporary. And so let yourself feel that for a second, and just let yourself be happy and understand, again, that it is temporary. And just breathe here for a second. So I'm going to challenge you literally for about 30 seconds to just slow the mind. Bring yourself back to a natural state of breathing. This is a very important pose when what we call sealing our practice. every time your mind starts to wander, you've only got about 15, 20 seconds. I want you to practice as though you were in a home and you don't want visitors. You would as well. You would close the windows, close the doors. Same thing here with the mind. So anything comes into the mind, immediately shut it away and only think about the breath. And I hope that the fruits of the yoga tree have been nourishing to your mind, body, and soul. It is said that every journey has an end, but in the end, it is the journey that matters most. So when you are ready, you can slowly start to bring yourself back by wiggling your fingers and toes, making little circles or figure eights with your ankles and your wrists. Take all the time you need. Bring your right knee up into the chest, followed by the other. And what you're going to do is just kind of rock side to side until you go to preferably your left side, but if you want to go to the right, that's okay. Fetal position with hands under the head. Good, so we want to make sure we come back up the right way so we can restore the blood flow to the body, because you ladies still have a long practice ahead of you. And I do want you to take at least like 3 to 5 breaths there, and then use your arm strength to press you all the way up and have a seat at the front of your mat in a nice, comfortable seated position. And in yoga, you may have heard the word namaste. So what it means is that the light in me honors and respects the light that shines so much in every single one of you. So thank you for letting me be part of your journey today. Namaste. Yay! Good job, ladies. You're all awesome. Oh. Dang, she's like right there. Thank you, girls.